Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I have some exciting news. So I just got back from my dance class and I also just got a new project that I'm going to be working on. So it's been about a month since I've been going to this dance class and I noticed a couple of things, and I am definitely like a big picture type of person, and I'm always suggesting ideas to people. Anyways, I saw a couple of things that could be improved and I didn't say anything, but it has been a month and I obviously like built my relationship with the small business owner, and I was like, I don't know how it came up, but my mom had like mentioned to the ladies when we were talking that, I've done like dance choreographies before. I know how to design logos and different things like that. And so we started talking, and she wants me to help her design a little like sitting area for her. So I'm excited about that. She also wants me to help her design like the signage that she can put up in her space, just to, have one, because the prices are changing for things. And so I'm going to be helping with that. And as I was, getting her price changes and trying to like get all that jotted down so I can start working on a sign for her, she mentioned basically that the money isn't adding up, and that things have been going up in price that she needs to purchase so that, you can have the things that you need for your small business. And so I'm going to be helping her with a budget and just kind of going through and getting together, kind of like I've been doing. And so I'm really excited for that. And tomorrow is Independence Day. Yes, Independence Day. So I have the day off. And also, as a small business owner, and again, I do not own a small business. I only took a entrepreneurship class, so maybe I'm not the most qualified to be, talking to her about this. But she should be making some profit that she's then paying herself with. And from the conversation, it kind of sounded like it was just maybe making enough to get the basic expenses covered. I'll know more tomorrow, but just wanted to come in and do this initial check-in because I'm very excited. I think this is a combination of everything that I've been doing on the channel, from trying to get my finances in order and watching videos and learning from that, and just kind of playing with my template every month to see what needs to be tracked and what makes sense. And then also I've been working this past year on just fixing up the house and designing things from the garden and just thinking about those type of things. So that's going to be fun, doing a little DIY design project. I also pitched her a mural design for one of her walls, and she sounded like she's going for it and she likes the idea. So I'm gonna be designing a design for the wall. And I mean, like, I think it's gonna be great to just kind of work with somebody who is open to suggestions, and if it could help someone with the skills that I already use for work and other things, I definitely will appreciate it, and it'll give me a project to work on outside of work, and something that I could feel good because I helped someone. Mírate, mírate, ¿quién es ese gordito? ¿Ahí? ¡Qué gordo! ¡Qué gordo, mi gordito! ¡Ay, sí, qué gordito! ¡Uy, uy, uy! ¡Otra! ¡Otra, gordito! ¿Ya te vas a bañar? Sí, como Emma. Dile shower time. Mochi, tú sigues. You're next, girl. Alright, it is 12:30 in the day, and I just got back from my first like budget meeting with the small business. So maybe I didn't say this earlier, but in case I didn't, this month I am going to be helping a small business owner get her finances in check And there's a couple of other projects that we want to do, but I realized that I should probably help them because they're going to be raising a couple of prices and things because their prices went up to purchase the products that they provide. And so I just had my first meeting with them, and I'll go ahead and add in a screenshot of the like little spreadsheet thing that I made for them in case, you know, you want to see it. Also, I'm not a small business consultant. I'm just doing this because I go there myself for a dance class. I've been trying to do my own budget, and I know what it's like to be in debt and not make the numbers make sense. So I figured I would take a stab at it and at least help her get herself organized. And oh my goodness, was it a enlightening conversation. And so I'll go ahead and add in a screenshot. It's all like jumbled up, messy. Like I just kind of was taking quick notes and seeing what needs to be adjusted, trying to make the numbers make sense. And so this is a small business where there's dance classes and there's also product, right? And so the first thing is just income that's coming in from the products, right? And I'm adding in here the new prices and all, like any of the products that we know that they sell. It does not include like closed product. And she's also going to be adding something new in that will hopefully bring in some extra income. But first, off the bat, red flag that I noticed was that she wasn't sure how much her business is bringing in on a monthly basis. So she was just kind of like, oh, well, about 5,000 to 7,000, but wasn't sure even for like this last month of June what that was. And so, you know, after we kind of went through the other categories, I identified that in order for her to have some type of profit, our goal is to get her to making 12,000 a month. Again, not sure how realistic that is because this is all guesstimated numbers. So this month we're going to focus on tracking as much as we can to see realistically what that number is. Is it closer to the 7,000 that she's bringing in, or is it less than the 5,000 that she thinks she's bringing in? And yeah, so one thing that she's going to be doing is she has a notebook that she writes in. It's just like a regular college ruled notebook, writes in the date, and then, for example, Paloma purchased $10 worth today. So that's been her system. It's a good system to begin with. The problem is that she doesn't track it every single day, and the day that she does remember to write the date and the person's name and how much they purchased from her, she doesn't get every person's name on there and their purchase. She just gets it when she like remembers to track it and she writes it, and sometimes she'll like go back after, you know, when she's closing out and try to remember what that was. And so that's not really good, right? Because you're not knowing how much you're bringing in on a day, in a week, in a month. And so this month I'm telling her, just if anything, if she doesn't do anything this month, it's just that, write the date. Every single day she opens her business, her date, and she could either do by the product and how much was sold that day for that, or she can do it the person, how much they purchased in total, just so we can get numbers, some data, some information. Moving on to the next category, the savings, right? So, and also quick note, everything is in Spanish because I try to make it so that it'd be useful for the person and they can actually know what it is that they're supposed to be tracking down. But for savings, I did put in there taxes, an emergency fund, and she does want to, you know, spruce up and remodel the location. And then there's like this weekly match that she does, um, which at the moment I think I'm gonna lump in with the emergency fund, but we'll see. So that in total for the whole month that she is putting away towards one of those saving categories is $425. She's currently been putting in 300 and I upped that. So we'll see again. But that's what we identified as the need for her savings, which was $425. Ideally, it'd be more, but again, we're guesstimating. And then moving on to set cost. Another red flag that I noticed as we were going through this is that she has her business expenses tied with her personal expenses and vice versa. Again, I'm not an expert, but you probably do not want to have your business expenses tied in with your personal expenses, where you don't know what is personal expense, what is business expense, and if you do know what those are, you're just kind of pulling that from your like funds. And so one of the things, of course, so she does have, there are 4 employees, including herself as an owner of the business, and that she's not even making enough to just cover the monthly expense for paying out her employees. So this past month she ended up in zeros. She's saying she ended up like in zero, like break even, but if we're looking at the numbers and what she was telling me and what she estimated that she made a month, she ended up in the negatives. So we have her expense for employees, so about 3,230, and then her rent for the location is 1,110, and her light bill ranges from $60 to $80 a month. And then her product that she sells, she spends about $120 to $200 a day replacing, you know, products that sell out. So, and she says she does this on like a daily basis, where, you know, things just kind of come out here and there. And so that's $5,600 that she's spending a month on just her product that she sells. And if she is making $5,000 a month, she's already in the negative 600, not including savings, not including her rent, her lights, her like payment to employees. If she is making $7,000, it's not too, I mean, with all the other things, it's already in the red. And so we guesstimated for her set costs, she is paying $10,000 and $10,020. Wow. And moving to the second page here, and I'll go ahead and show you that one as well. For her variable costs, again, she has her food, groceries linked up with her business. So I'm gonna help her, you know, kind of separate those and see if we're gonna do a different budget for her for just her personal stuff. But for things that are within the business, so, you know, like she has to purchase cups, lids, straws, all those type of things. And so I gave her a budget of $100 a month on just variable cost, because those are the 3 things that she mentioned that she needs for her business to keep running. But I feel like there's something missing there, so I just gave it $100. I feel like there's probably more that you go into it, But again, small business, I personally am not a business owner, so I don't know what that looks like. I know in my personal life, I definitely spend more than $100 on just the variables, so that's why I was like, it's something's not being tracked. But it's okay because we're gonna focus this month to just track things and see, you know, where things are going. And then the final category was just the totals for the month. So I put a column for any debts that she may have, you know, in case she like leased her blenders and put it on her credit card, or I don't know. So we didn't get to that part yet, just because everything else just took a lot of like trying to figure out. The employees make $30 an hour, which is, I mean, good. I want to be an employee of $30 an hour, but it is costing her some income that she does not have. And again, like she said, she ended up paying out of her pocket this month to make sure that the employee had, you know, their paycheck. And I gave her, as like business owner, a $2,000 monthly income. And this is mostly because, I mean, she needs $1,480 on just her rent and her light bill herself, and then, you know, some wiggle room in there. We're just trying to make her numbers make sense at the moment. This is all guesstimation because there's no system in the moment. And with that being said, if we take the savings that we want her to have, 425, plus her set expenses of $10K, plus her variable expenses of $100, then she needs to make at least $10,545 a month just to break even. And she's estimating that she makes $5,000 to $7,000 a month. We're in the hole. We're definitely in the negatives every month. And you know, maybe it is that she is bringing in that money. We just don't know. So that's why we're gonna go slowly, and you know, just take this month to gather data, and you know, just go with what the numbers tell us. The facts are, this is how much came in. Great. The facts are, this is how much I am spending on variables, and then we can make a plan. Great. So then what do we need to do to kind of bring up the cost, break even, and then start turning a profit? Like I said, also, I want to set a goal for her to make $12,000 a month on just her like total income, which would divide about to $3,000 a week that she needs to make, so about $429 a day. And I really am hoping that this math is adding up and that I didn't, you know, just mess something up for her. So she has a dance class. We pay $40 for the dance class for the month, and now we're upping it to $50 a month. She currently has 18 students, and $50 a month, she needs to have 20 people at $50 a month to just make the $1,000 for the month, right? And that doesn't even cover the cost of her dance teachers, because she's paying $1,230 right now. So she's still in the red just on the dance class, the teacher, and the students that are coming to that dance class. But I know that if $60 a month for 20 students is what would break her even for the cost that the teachers currently are. But I personally wouldn't want to pay $60 a month. I definitely make more compared to, I think, the population that is going to this dance class. And so, you know, $40 a month, I was like, okay, like I'll pay it. Mostly it hurt me because I was in debt myself. But you know, $50 a month I think is the max that we could probably go. with still keeping the students and still making sense for her to have the class for the amount that she is paying the teachers, which is $30 an hour. So I challenged her. You currently, like this past month, you have 18 people that paid you for the month. If we can keep those 18 people for the next month and get 2 more people, you'll at least be, you know, making $1,000 a month, which is definitely less than the gap that she has. If she can get 25 people a month at $50, then she'll like finally be at like the break even. And so I'm telling her it's gonna have to be like word of mouth, get people, bring them in. You need to get your clients, you need to build up your client list. If she sells 1 item of all her products that she has a day, then she'll bring in another $110. It's that $429 a day. Yeah, very enlightening, very open, and it's gonna be definitely interesting trying to get just the information correct. But I feel like she could do it. Obviously something is working because she has her business. She has her business. She's finding money to buy product and pay the teachers. Again, I don't know if this is money that's coming out of debt, if this is money that she has already saved up. She also has a job outside of her small business, so it might just be income that's coming from that to fund her small business. So yeah, we'll have to. Ay, gordita. Mochi's just finished showering. Look at her. Uy, uy, uy. ¿Quién es la rica? ¿Quién es? ¿Quién es? ¿You is? ¿You is? Uy. Mochi's and Coco just finished showering. My Coco is still wet, ¿verdad? But it's so sunny outside, they'll get dry in a second. But yeah, that's the check-in for today. Let's see what the rest of the month brings. I am very hopeful for her. If you want to see what happens at the end of the month for our second check-in meeting and see what the numbers tell us, let me know and I can definitely make a video for us. And our hope is that we will go through that remodeling for her and try to get that also on a budget, like I kind of been doing here at the house. So if you want to see something like that, let me know. But other than that, happy, 4th of July. This is what I did on my day, spending it here, and now I'm home with the babies. And yeah, so let's see if you have a small business or you know anything about small businesses, let me know. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but I am trying to make sure that, if there's any way that I can help her, that we do. All right, have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you next week for our next paycheck.